Mister. Good morning, children. Today for 4th standard in lesson number 15 I am doing in EVS, transport and communication. So in this, after this lesson you will be learning 3 things. First, you will be able to recognize the use of animals in transport. You might have heard about animals transporting people from one place to another. How and which animals are used, we'll learn that in this lesson. Secondly, when animals are in question, children, you have to be very sensitive towards animals, because they too are like us human beings, correct? They too can breathe, they too can talk, converse with you, they too need little bit love and affection. When you are using them for transport and all this stuff, you have to show little affection. You should not be rude towards animals, you should not beat them up, you should not misbehave or torture them. So this is the second point. And the third point is to recognize the change in mode of transport over the years. So how transport has changed over the years, and now how we communicate with each other. So first, in the page number 137, children, there are these pictures. You can see these pictures. So it is starting with a small cart being pulled with bullocks. Then you have your bullock cart. Then you have your horse tongas. Then you have the donkeys carrying loads. So you have to observe these pictures and write what you see in them. So the first pictures are where it's in a village scene, correct? The animals are pulling hay, they are transporting goods to the villages. So animals are used in doing all that. They pull their carts along. Then a horse tonga, you say. A horse tonga is used for traveling from one village to another. Then a donkey is used to carry loads. It carries loads on its back. Then somewhere you might have seen, in deserts you might have seen, camels are used. Camels are used for transport. There's a small cart at the back where people sit on it, and it is used as a mode of transport in deserts. And there again we use camels here. Then in some places elephants are used to pull heavy logs or stones. They use elephants because elephants are big made and they are strong. So they use elephants. So these type of animals are used for transport and heavy work, which humans have a little difficulty in doing. So now you have to observe these pictures and identify the changes that have taken place from a horse tonga to a aeroplane. So the major change that is taken from road transport to air transport. Fine, children. After that you come here, and here you see this man, he is carrying logs on his head. From there to the ship carrying logs. So there's a difference with this man carrying logs and the ship taking bulk of wood and going. Then this is a 2-wheeler cycle, this is a bullock cart. So there's a major transition from between this and this. Then a 4-wheeler and a train. So you have to look at this and write in that the changes that have taken place in transport and put serial number to show the order. So you have to number it. So the first one will be this, then second will be your bullock cart, then third will be this your horse tonga. Like that you have to number how the transport progression has taken place from a basic bipedal human being. Then you have to, in the next page, you have to write the names of animals which are used for transport in olden days. What were the animals? Like ox, bullocks, donkeys, camels, horses. These were the animals that were used in olden days for transport. You have to write the names in this page number 199. Then you have to write the animals or the names names which are used for transport in present days. So you then, after that, you have to compare both of them. In olden days how we were using animals, and now how we use animals. So this is basically on how animals were used in olden and present days. Then we come to the modes, that is change in mode of transport from olden days to the airplanes of today's. So the change that takes place between the two transports, from a bipedal coming to a bullock cart. So that is a change that progresses. Then you come to the modes of communication that takes place in today's world. So communication, children, when I say post office, what do you think about? You think about letters, correct? You write letters to each other. In olden days, people used to write letters to each other to communicate. Then you have newspaper. The newspaper gives you news to communicate. Then you have your fax machine, which is found in offices. They use the fax to communicate between two offices. Then you have your phone. You have you have land phones. They use land phones to communicate. Then it's more advanced. You have come up to mobiles. Then even olden days, we used to have radios. Radios used to give the news and all that stuff. So they used to communicate through radios. And now the most modern technology is internet, in where the net has been interconnected with lot of towers, from where you get communication on a faster pace. If anything is happening somewhere else besides Bangalore, within the span of 5 minutes or something, you can easily get the news, because it's flashed on the mobile news. It will be splashed on the TV screens. So you get news. So the communication, which earlier it used to be, people used to communicate, olden days they used to communicate with drums, they used to communicate with birds. So communication from that age to this age, there's a vast change. So basically, it's basically on the modes of communication. Here you have this in a page. There's a small letter over here, a letter head, which you might not have seen recently, but your parents might have seen it. It's a small letterhead in which you used to write letters in olden days. Then you post it in your post red letter box. Then the postman collects it, he takes it to the post office. On the post office, it is sorted, it is put into the red letter van. From the red letter van, it goes to different places where it has to be delivered to. So these are the different modes of communication that they've shown pictures over here. So children, I just want you to learn all this on page number 144. I want you to learn the page number 144. Please know this point. In this purple color box, there's a know this points. There are 6 points. Please learn them nicely. Okay? That's all, children. You do this, and you can collect and paste the pictures of various means of communication in this box. I want you to collect small pictures. Activity on page number 145. Page number 145, there's an activity which you have to collect pictures and various means of communication. And stick it in that. Children, this is on page number 145, activity which you have to collect various means of communication and stick it. Your boxes are very small, so you have to collect and stick small pictures. Do this activity, take a picture and send it to Rohana ma'am, and I'll get back to you all with whether it's okay. So this is your EVS activity for this week, based on various means of communication. You can take photographs from olden days of birds transferring messages, newspapers, land phones. Take tiny pictures and stick it on page number 145. Take a picture and send it to Rohana ma'am. That will be your activity plus your homework. Fine, children, do this and get back to me within this 1 week. Thank you.